field, batting first, number 7, Freddie Walker.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's game between your Medicine Hat Mavericks and the Okotoks Dawgs. Ryder McKay is always joined by my partner Wayne Slosher and Guy Lanigan, a voice far, far away, south as he likes to say. Wayne, the message is pretty clear tonight. You see 6-game separation between these two teams. You know, that's what you mentioned it's going to take to get to the top for the Mavericks. The message also this game is pretty clear too, you know. Keep playing baseball, keep building those good habits, and whatever happens, happens.
Yes, thank you for the welcome. Tonight they need to start off with a complete game, and that means offense, defense, and pitching. And if they don't get all three, they aren't going to win. And they know that. They haven't been hitting well enough, they haven't been pitching well enough, and last night 2 errors that cost them. All around, they need a better team effort.
Colton Wright draws back into tonight's game. How crucial is he going to be for the Mavericks tonight, catching and batting?
He's very crucial. He's a veteran. I think you could see last night the difference in experience. He brings a lot to the team, both at the plate and catching. Works well with the pitchers. Quality player to have back in the lineup.
Now, Wayne, we saw some interesting activity before the game began with the Okotoks Dawgs. You seen how intense the coaching staff was with the players, and that was just batting practice. Do you feel like in order to be the best nowadays that you have to really just be that competitive and intense all the time, or do you think it's just their style and that seems to be what's working for them?
You know, I really couldn't say. I think it's probably their style, and we'll stand for the old cannon.
We better. As we were saying, Wayne, we kind of got cut off by the anthem there. Do you, it's the intensity from the Dawgs, it seems to be working for them. It's just kind of their style. Is there a specific style playing that when you were playing that you responded to best? Because, of course, everybody's different. What worked best for you as a coach and as a player? What style?
Well, being as old as I am, being as old as dirt, the style way back, was that you could get away with a little bit more, a lot more than what you can now. And what we witnessed today, I wouldn't think is a usual pattern or behavior from a coach to his team. But
pretty good pitch there.
That's Okotoks, and for whatever reason, the coach was very upset at his players. But nowadays, that's what we witnessed probably wouldn't happen very often.
No, and we'll see how his team responds, right? So that's all what it is.
Yeah.
Brandon Ponticelli on the mound tonight. What are you looking for from him? Just throw his strikes, get in there, get comfortable, plain and simple.
Well, we have to avoid those one inning crashes where we're giving up 3-4 runs. And that's mainly due to walks and hit batters and wild pitches, and that happened last night with Junior Pimentel. And for tonight, Brandon has to continue to pound the strike zone.
Check out the Buyer's Choice Home Inspection on Facebook and Instagram. Something happened on this. Someone got caught already. Today's conditions at the ballpark, 17 degrees. A gusty wind there, folks, at about 26 to 27 kilometers an hour. Coming out of the northwest.
Bit of a developing situation here, Wayne, on the to the left of the base here. Reports over here from Guy Lanigan were thinking somebody was tossed here, but we're not sure yet. Did you get a glimpse of that, what went on there?
I didn't notice anything happen, no. I wasn't paying attention, to tell you the truth. I was watching the pitcher warm up.
Keep you warm for today. Tonight's umpires behind home plate had Tyler Murphy on first base, Marcel Bruce, and on third, Derek Talbot.
I will say over the years there's been a tremendous rivalry between the Mavericks and the Dawgs. They've had great competition. They've had great games between them. They've always been in the top 3 or 4 in the standings in the West Division. Usually meet each other every year in the playoffs. I think last year and the year before might have been an exception. Edmonton slipped in there. But Okotoks have been very competitive, and they're leading the division with a 14-2 record as we come into tonight's game.
No, those are the reports that I collected throughout the day as I was doing my usual CSI work and looking for some storylines. Apparently it is a Yankees-Red Sox rivalry, as explained to me.
And I stand corrected on that. 14-2 isn't their record. It's 12-4. I was looking at the East Division. So the Okotoks Dogs are 12-4. They're 3 games up on the Lethbridge Bulls, who were in here last night. Leadoff hitter Tristan Pearson is leading the league in hitting, batting .479. First pitch is outside for a ball.
Ricky is furious. I don't know what that's all about.
Swinging pitch to second baseman Radai over to first. For the first out, 4-3.
Ratai gets the first out there, a 4-3 grounder. Brings to the plate their shortstop, number 5, Richard Mascarenas.
Mascarenas is also batting over 400 coming into this game. Playing in 10 games, batting .436. Another first pitch strike, fly ball to center field. Freddie Walker under it, makes the catch.
Settles underneath that one for out number 2.
So far, 3 pitches, 2 outs.
The center fielder now, number 7, Isaiah Peterson.
Peterson has played in 6 games coming into tonight, batting .353.
Not too bad at all.
Another first pitch strike. Pitch is high and away, ball 1. Count is 1-1. We don't have a count on there. Okay. Ground ball to the first baseman. Fields it cleanly. Rodriguez touches first base for the 3rd out.
And Wayne, that might be the quickest inning of the season that I've seen, that's for sure.
Well, it's a 6-pitch inning. And that's what you want to do, is start off with putting a 0 up.
Keeping your pitcher fresh.
And it keeps your pitch count down, is right. Good inning for Ponticelli. And I like the way that he's throwing strikes, getting his defense involved. You get a ground ball to second base, a fly ball to center field, a ground ball to first base. It's a lot quicker that way, keeps everybody on their toes, and you're not throwing as many pitches.
That's right. No, I'm very pleased with what I've seen there at the start, and so is this coaching staff, no question about it. We are still working on some developments there, Wayne, on what went on to start the game there. Right? There's a little bit noise going on there.
Is it in the Mavericks dugout?
On the
Did
Mavericks,
someone get tossed?
on the Mavericks dugout, it would appear at the moment that assistant coach Lentini is not heading out to first base right now, Wayne, so that would lead me to believe that he was the one given the game ejection, I would assume. But let's see what happens here. Potentially, could you throw in a guy not in the lineup on the pitch on that side? We'll find out. No, Lentini is heading out there, so that was not a correct report, but I'll find out. I'll let everybody know.
Number 7, Freddie Walker.
Freddie has played in 12 games, coming into tonight's game batting .260. Has good speed. Count is 0-2. Pitch high and away for ball 1. Mavericks have a record of 6-11. They're in 5th place, a half game out of 4th place in the West Division. Foul back. Count remains at 1-2.
And if they could find a way, to get a win tonight, Wayne, that would be just fantastic for this group. It would be just awesome, but long game, we'll see what happens.
Foul. Got a piece of that to stay alive.
Just barely. As we've talked about, though, if there's any guy on this team that's going to be able to have a runner's chance, it's that guy, Freddie Walker.
He's a good guy to get on base because he's 12 for 12 in stolen bases so far this year. Fly ball to the right field. Right fielder's underneath it. Makes the catch for the first out. Brings to the plate second baseman Nolan Radai. Radai's batting .333.
Right field brings to the plate the second baseman, number 9, Nolan Radai.
Nolan has played in all 17 games so far this year.
As mentioned before,
demonstrated a good eye.
The good eye. Where I was going, one of your favorite guys to watch so far.
Swings on the first pitch. Looks like a slider coming in on the hands.
And Wayne, how is the pitching for the Okotoks Dawgs been this year? Has it been more of a batting setup for them, or has it been a combination of pitching? As we seen Jaden Griffin last night of the Lethbridge Bulls make life pretty difficult for the Mavericks. Do you think the same can be said about the pitching tonight that Okotoks brings?
Well, when I compare their pitching with our pitching, that pitch is high and away, and the count is
1-2.
Count is 1-2. They come in with a 4.53 ERA, and our ERA is 6.98. So they're giving up 2.5 less runs a game than we are as a pitching staff.
That's right.
There's a hard hit ball, but right at the shortstop, over to first base for the out. 6-3. So the 2 away, Austin Soika comes to the plate.
Number 30, the third baseman, Austin Soika.
Austin's batting .309.
And he has been a glimmer of hope for them batting this year so far. He has been consistent.
First pitch is called strike. Soika has 3 doubles and a couple of home runs so far this year. Pitch is low, ball 1. The count is 1-1. Justin Hammergren coming into this game for Okotoks has a record of 0-1 with a 3.60 ERA. Pitch is hit to the right field. The wind is carrying it, and the first baseman stays with it. Makes a great catch.
First baseman for the Dawgs making the catch. Mavericks get nothing here in their bottom half of the first
Over
inning.
the shoulder.
Scoreless after one complete.
A 1-2-3 for
Both teams,
sides.
and we are buzzing. And as you mentioned, Wayne, these two teams, this is a game where they get up for the challenge against each other. They want to win. It means a lot to both of these teams heading into tonight's game, no question about it. And you can see it in the way the first few pitches go. They're both playing aggressive. They're confident, and I think we're in for a good ball game, despite what the standings may suggest.
All right. In baseball, standings don't mean too much. Every game is you're starting 0-0. And I like to see what we did see. The pitchers are pounding the strike zone, and that'll make the hitters swing the bats, and we should be in for some runs. We need to be in for some runs. We haven't scored very many lately.
No, we haven't. That's something that, and for the sake of the crowd too, you want to do something to get them into it, other than just making good plays at shortstop like Clinton Smith has been doing, and good catching ability at the first base from Rodriguez. You want other things.
Well, the Dawgs are entering this game with a .338 batting average. They've been averaging 13 hits per game and scoring 9.3 runs per game.
They're very successful.
So they've certainly got a team that's to be reckoned with, and that shows why they're in first place.
Starting it off, the first baseman, number 29, Jackson Volk.
Jackson Volk leading off. Left-handed hitter, ball one. He's batting .397. He's played 15 games so far. Count is 0-2. Jackson is
1-1.
Oh, I'm sorry. The count is 1-1. Jackson's from St. Mary's, Ontario. Hits a line drive down the left field line. Makes a hard turn, but pulls up for a single.
And our first runner on the base of the evening, Jackson
Base
Volk.
hit for Volk brings to the plate now the third baseman, number 40.
Wayne, you mentioned 13 hits a game. They average 9 runs. So what does that say about their decision making and their base runners? What does that say? When
Well,
you're 9 for 13.
Well,
Average.
it speaks more to their hitting than anything else. They're obviously scoring runs because they're coming up with clutch hits. Count is 0-1. Called strike 2. Slider on the outside half of the plate. Brandon's looking for a ground ball here.
Get that double play option.
Pitch just missed outside.
Not by much.
Good pitch. Just a little outside. The count is 1-2. Pitch low and in the dirt, gets away from Colton. Runner advances. Volk is down at second base. On the wild pitch.
I don't like this red versus red though.
No red whites and red greens.
No, that's you got that for sure. I'm not sure how our fans are seeing this at home. Audience, let us know. But for the broadcasters, Wayne, red on red.
Pay attention to the pants. Grays are the
Yeah.
visiting team.
Yeah.
Brett Isu is batting from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan.
I've been there.
Beautiful fishing area in Saskatchewan. Fights it off, gets by the pitcher to Radai, fields it over to Rodriguez.
Sharpie gets the first out there on a 4-3 ground out. That's runner to the third. One gone for the Dawgs.
Good piece of hitting.
Good piece of hitting. Number 23, Dane Coughlin.
Pitch in on the hands, and he fisted it over to the right side to advance the runner to third with one out. Dane Tofteland is now batting from Okotoks. First pitch called strike. One away, runner on third. Tofteland is the DH for tonight.
Big body, capable.
Big boy.
He's a big guy.
Oh, pitch gets away from Ponticelli.
Got him in the head there, I think.
Hit him on the shoulder, I believe. Hit him on the...
Oh, you?
Yeah. That'll hurt. So we have runners on first and third.
And tonight's Bunch of Blinds beer batter, Riley Bosch, if he strikes out this at bat, they'll have beer for the next 10 minutes. And folks, take a look down on the concourse level there. And she's waving, that's what they're going to give away, a cooler. It's going to be a giveaway.
Riley Bosch has played in 8 games, batting .286 for the Dawgs. Ball's in the dirt. Good block by Colton Wright. He's able to backhand that and keep it in front of him.
Well, that's what I like about Wright, you know, is if something doesn't go according to plan out there, Wayne, he's able to calm the play down and keep the team in check, and that's what you want from your leadership group.
Yeah, that
making those plays right there.
That was a great play. Great block. Runner takes the lead at first. There's a line into right center field. Great jump on it by Freddie Walker to get over there. Cut it off. Runner tags and scores. That looked like it was in the gap. Great jump on it by Freddie Walker.
Scores the run for the Dawgs. 2 gone now. Brings to the plate number 14, the right fielder, Jacob Milton.
That's where playing that small ball or smart hitting, getting the runner from second to third.
Plays for
ends up scoring this run. Now batting is Jacob Melton from Medford, Oregon. Comes into this game with a .318 batting average. Top to land at first base. Hasn't got a stolen base yet this year.
Maybe he's looking to change
placed
that.
On the outside corner. Count is 2-1. Sorry, Ryder, I cut you off there.
I said no. I just said maybe he's looking to change that.
I think right now he'll be happy to stay at first, but it looks like he is. It looked like if we would have thrown over to first, we had him at first. He had his legs crossed. He was leaning.
No, he was definitely leaning.
Count is now 3-1. This might be a time when they'll send him. Ponticelli has to come in with a strike. The runner is off, and the ball is in the dirt for ball 4.
Milton off for the walk. Brings to the plate now the number 9 hitter, the second baseman, number 2, Shea Shanaman.
Shanaman is now coming to the plate. He's had limited plate appearances this year. He's only had 5 plate appearances. This is his 3rd game. He's batting .200. He has 1 hit.
You know, the coaching staff here is just looking to find ways to get their guys in the lineup with such a big roster that they carry, Wayne.
They do have a full roster. That's for sure. First pitch strike. Second pitch swinging to the third baseman. Fields it cleanly over to first for the 3rd out. Good play by
Dawgs get one here on one hit.
Soika to Rodriguez.
Look at that shredded. Have a 1-0 lead over the Mavericks here after 1.5 innings. The second inning is brought to you by Crystal
That's a
Insurance.
doggone one. We hit it back. Leading off the bottom of the second inning is first baseman Sal Rodriguez.
20, Sal Rodriguez.
Sal's played in 16 games, hails from Crystal Lake, Illinois. I had the pleasure of meeting his parents before tonight's games.
Great people.
Very nice people. They're very happy to be up here. They're enjoying their time.
It's quite a
they
crusade
flew
from
into
home,
Calgary.
yeah.
They flew into Calgary, and I think they're going home on Saturday. The count is 0-2. Sal is batting .241, has 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. Pitch fastball is high for ball 1.
And you know, Sal's a guy I'm sure we'll talk about it the rest of the year, but you know, he's a power hitter, Wayne, and he wants to when he hits that ball, you know, he's really trying to put it back there and make the just like that.
Got that one a little bit in on the hands. Didn't quite get the extension, but hits it out to the warning track in center field.
And you know, that's it's a good catch. It's a good grab by the center fielder.
Didn't have to go too far on that one. That one was
Hold on for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate.
was one that Sal would like to have back. He just got jammed a little bit on it.
A little bit, yeah. Well, let's go up to the plate here. I had a conversation with him, as I was saying earlier today, Wayne, and he's talking about wanting to make an impact on this game. He swings the bat with all his might, you know, every time he swings that. And, you know, this is a guy he's talking about. He says he's been quiet the last little while here. He's hungry to make a difference.
John's had some good at-bats. Grounds that one to third base, over to first. 5-3 for the second out. Now batting is the catcher, Colton Wright.
Colton Wright.
Colton's been hampered with some injuries lately. He didn't play in last night's game. Curveball on the outer half.
No, and he's a guy, you know, he's such a team guy that, you know, even if he is a little hurt, Wayne, he's still going to play and he's still going to get through it. You just hope to see him get healthy till he can get to last year's form, which I'm told is still coming.
Yeah, he was a real leader during the regular season and during their playoff run last year. Colton hails from Surrey, BC. Batting .233. Pitch on the outer half. Outside. Count is 1-2.
Now, Wayne, as you're a geography guy, have you found yourself out in Surrey, BC anytime in the last little while here?
I haven't been out there for several years, but I've been out to Surrey, yes.
No, it's
Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly over to first. Colton
Mavericks
hustling
going
down
over
the
here,
first
along with
base
the
line.
second inning, you get nothing.
It's
After two complete,
some very nice hockey rinks over there in that area, Wayne, in that BC area. It's I've had the pleasure of being in a couple of them, and it's the mountains are nice to look at for instead of the prairies for a change for a guy like myself. So
You've played some hockey out in that area?
couple tournaments, no medals to show for it. Pretty typical for my
And fans, if
experience
you're
and
cold,
travels.
We got coffee and we got Baileys.
British Columbia is a beautiful
So the bar
province.
today,
Sure
so
is. It's
It is.
keep warm. Have a coffee and Baileys. Down at the bar. And 50/50 tickets are on sale. Make sure you get them. Brought to you by AC Elder and Associates of RBC Dominion Securities.
And just a reminder, we do not have hot chocolate, so please don't announce hot chocolate, okay?
No hot chocolate, just coffee and Baileys, brother.
So much.
And Wayne, bad news for the audience. No hot chocolate tonight. So
Coffee and Baileys.
hopefully a Mavericks win. Hopefully a Mavericks win will be enough to fill the void of no hot chocolate. But
Party along the third baseline. Hey,
big shoes to fill though. No hot chocolate.
hope you're staying warm. And
I was honestly gonna order one when the hawker came up here. I was honestly gonna order one, but
Well,
I'll take a win
they
instead.
have Baileys though. You can get a coffee and
Coffee and
Baileys.
Baileys.
You can disguise it as hot chocolate.
You can disguise it. That's right.
So the top of the order coming up for the Okotoks Dawgs, Tristan Peters is 0 for 1, grounded to second base, his last or first appearance tonight.
And you mentioned Peters is one of the top guys in the league this year. What goes into the psyche of a batter that's consistently doing that all the time? Is it a psychological thing? Just having that belief?
You gain confidence for sure. Your mindset going into the at-bat is, I just want to have a good at-bat. I want to hit the ball hard. And he hits that one hard, and it's carrying out to right field, and it's out of here.
Home run.
First pitch.
And just as we're right on schedule, a guy gets a hold of that ball and
That's his 6th home run of the year.
The Dawgs number 5, Richard Mascarenas.
Peters is from Winnipeg, Manitoba, but attends college in Chandler, Gilbert, Arizona. If you were driving through Phoenix, you wouldn't know that you were in Gilbert. It's part of Phoenix. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is lined to left field, but the left fielder is under it.
let's go
Makes
with
a
the
good
big
catch.
grab.
Let's go.
The center fielder now, number 7, Isaiah Peterson.
And Velasco telling me, Wayne, he's traditionally preferred position second base. So he came to this team and they're developing his game. Making him more of a versatile player, and that's summer ball is a good opportunity to develop your game.
He looks comfortable out there. I haven't seen him make any errors yet this year. Last night he lost the ball in the lights, but you can't consider that an error. First pitch is high, ball 1. Second pitch is outside, ball 2. Peterson grounded out to first base, 3 unassisted, his first at bat. Lines it over the third base dugout. Pitch high and outside. The count is 3-1. Peterson batting .353.
I'll go down and I'll find out.
There's a pitch, curveball in there for call strike 2, full count.
Well, they were pointing to the bullpen. They were pointing to the bullpen, and after the meeting, Jared went straight over there.
Pitch is high, look close, ball 4.
So, yeah,
And Volky, that brings...
Peterson on the walk brings to the late now the first baseman, number 29, Jackson Volk.
You know, when the Dawgs have that pleasure of having that depth in their lineup, and you look at their batting and how successful it's been, it makes the job easy as a coaching staff to set up your batting order. You know, you can try a few different looks and try some different stuff.
They definitely have a good hitting team. As we had mentioned earlier, their team batting average is, I believe, .333.
That sounds right.
Sorry, .338. Volk being one of those hitters, batting .397. He hit a sharp line drive to left field, down the left field line, was held to a single his first appearance. Fights this one off, foul down the third
Hey, we'd
base
like
side.
to welcome Trilogy Mortgage to the Medicine Hat Brew Company dugout deck. We'd like to thank Medicine Hat Brew Company for their sponsoring of the dugout deck.
Mascarenas at first base has 2 stolen bases so far. He's been caught once. So he's got a little bit of speed there. I stand corrected, that's Isaiah Peterson at first base. Mascarenas flew out. That ball is hit right up the middle. Runner on first is going for third. Freddie has a little hard time getting it out of his glove.
It was in
That
there a
would have
little
been
too
close
long.
play.
Wayne.
Would have been a close play had he fielded it and got it out of his glove cleanly. Aggressive base running by the Okotoks Dawgs.
The third baseman, number 40, Brett Isu.
And you can see Colton Wright coming out here, Wayne, you know, having a quick word with the guys, a quick few signals. Telling them, let's stay with it, you know, more or less. Let's not let this get out of hand.
Right now he's given the defensive signals in case a runner steals. So they'll have a play on to determine who's going to cover the base. That ball is hit right up the middle. Scores a runner from third. Volk advances to second and no further. 2 pitches in a row hit right back up the middle. Dawgs have 4 hits so far in this inning.
Number 23.
3 runs generated when you talk about that.
3 hits and a walk, I stand corrected. Toft Land was hit by a pitch his first at bat. Swings through that slider. Count is 0-1. Infielders are looking for a ground ball to turn a double play here, get out of this inning. Toftland is batting .150. Pitch is high for ball 1. Count is 1-1. The delivery, ground ball to third base. Drops it over to second. Radai over to first. In time for the double play.
4-3 double plays for OTP. Mavericks twist a 5-4-3 double play to get out of the inning. Dawgs get to 2 here in the top of the third, take a 3-0 lead.
And Wayne, when I talked to head coach Tom Vasella this morning, he was talking about those kinds of plays to me. He said the words to me. He says, Ryder, we're starting to play, you know, the wins aren't there yet, but we're starting to play baseball. We're starting to make those plays just like that you're seeing right there. And that's a good sign for this Maverick club. You know, that's, you know, 3-0 game, you know, put the scoreboard aside. Those are the kind of plays, and that's the kind of chemistry that the coaching staff is looking for from their players. Just play baseball, really.
Yeah, that's a play that you have to make. Ponticelli gets the ground ball. Soika dropped it, but stuck with it. And Radai stuck with it at second base, knowing that the runner is bearing down on him, and stays in there and turns the double play.
Along with 2 of your favorite Swirls treats to enjoy during the game. It's a summer double play from Swirls Ice Cream. Search their Facebook page the next time you're online. And today's game day brought to you by Budget Blinds. Budget Blinds, stop
Strelchuk. Russell Strelchuk coming in for the Mavericks here. He's been known, and like we've mentioned before and talked about, his ability to spray the ball all over the field. I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but I'm curious where he's most comfortable hitting the ball, or if he's one of those plain Jane, I just want to hit the ball and have a good at-bat guys. Who knows? I'll find out.
We will, yes.
It's a mission for me for tomorrow morning.
Okay.
When I have a coffee with him, I'll talk to him.
You're on that. Russell Strelchuk is from Calgary. He's batting .270. He's played in 16 games so far. This is his 17th game. Grounds the ball to second base. He bobbles it. Able to field it with one hand, barehanded it, and over to first base for the first out.
He's looking to build his highlight reel package there, Wayne. He's gave it a little extra tap there to grab it. No, it's a great great play by the second baseman there.
It's the designated hitter number 23, Cameron Pope.
Mavericks still looking for their first hit tonight. Cameron Pope comes into this game batting .360. He's from Lawrence, Kansas. DH for tonight's game. He's 6'4".
And as Guy Lanigan refers to it, the tree with the most foul catches in the history of the WCBL. The big green tree grabs it.
The massive poplar.
The count is 1-2. High fastball gets Pope.
Clinton Smith will be up next, and he's a guy who I've really grown to like this year. Mostly because of his ability to make plays at the shortstop spot, Wayne. I know you've commented on him and noticed him a few times being a guy you can trust out there.
He's been very steady, yes. He has, yep.
And he's one of those guys they're going to need to lean on.
Heads up, folks.
Number 9 hitter, Colin Klingensmith from one of my favorite states, Duncan, Oklahoma. He's a junior, 6'1", batting left-handed. He's batting .237 for the year.
Good size athlete.
Pitch is on the outside corner, called strike 3. Good pitch. Catcher sat up outside and he hit the mitt.
After 3 complete innings, Mavericks trail 3-0. All right, we got some action there. Janessa was looking for her down the third baseline. Yes, I think we got. What do we got going on? Riley Mosh, if he strikes out this at bat, $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes. Butcher Blinds, sound service for
Catcher Riley Bosch leading off, batting 7th in the order. Second plate appearance. He had a sac fly RBI his last at bat. Hit it out into right center field. Strike two. 0-2 is the count. Bosch is batting .286 in 8 games so far this year. Fastball is high. Ball 1. Looks like a slider in on the hands. Fielded by Ponticelli. Good job. Had to leap in the air for that. Makes the play 1-3 for the putout.
Good job by Ponticelli.
For the Okotoks Dawgs, number 14, the right fielder, Jacob Milton. So nice play. Yeah. Good jump for that one.
Jacob Melton is up for the second time. He walked his first at bat. Melton is batting .318 coming into tonight's game. He's from Medford, Oregon. Slider just misses on the outside corner. Tried to backdoor him. Count is 1-1. The delivery low and inside for ball 2. One away, top of the 4th inning. Mavericks are trailing 3-0. Pitch is in the dirt. Good backhand stab by Colton Wright. Count is 3-1.
You know, Ponticelli, you know, he has the ability to really throw the ball away, and it's just a matter of finding that control. We've talked about it a few times with a couple pitchers, but you know, if you can hone in on that control, he's going to be a really successful pitcher.
Yeah, yes, and most pitchers are. If you can throw strikes, that'll be the key to your success.
That'll get you a job.
Number 2, Shea Shannon.
So with one away, the number 9 hitter, Shea Shannon, comes to the plate. Shea grounded to third base. The runner's off on the first pitch. Had a great jump. Didn't slide at second base. Caught stealing. Had a great jump. Had the base stolen. Had he slid.
2-4.
Didn't slide. And Red Eye puts the tag on his belly button for the second out. A 2-4. Caught stealing.
And that's the communication aspect you talk about from Colton right there, Wayne, to have the ability and the vision and the understanding of the game to know that's what's happening. He sees it, but he makes a play. That's what you ask for right there.
Great throw.
The Wright family will be pretty happy about that one.
Called strike. Count is 1-2 on the number 9 hitter. As I had mentioned, he grounded out to Austin Soika, his first appearance. Pitch is high and away for ball 2. Ball strike 3.
The punch out there. Shannon goes down looking. Dawgs get nothing here at the top of the 4th inning.
And Wayne, that'll bring some peace to the pitching coach Jared Lipke's headspace. You know, he's somebody. I talked with him today, and Wayne, his message was, just be patient with us. You know, believe in us. We can do this. And you know, when they have those kinds of innings, and you know, you eliminate that walk. Once you eliminate that walk, Wayne, that's about all you really need to do, really there, and that's okay, and that's what you're striving for, right? And little signs, little things, you know. You said they average 5 walks a game, I believe you said, when we checked, and you know, just get those numbers down, because those, as we were saying off air, those are what end up being runs for these guys when innings get away on them.
We're averaging 5 walks, and we're also averaging 1.6 hit batters per game. So that's 6.5 free passes we're giving up. And those, there's a good chance that I'm going to estimate that 50% of those are coming in to score.
Yeah, that's what we said was 50%. That's right.
We're losing close games. We're losing walk-off games. And
that's just one way to clean it up.
And we can't put it all on the pitchers.
No, you certainly can't.
We haven't been hitting the ball either. So.
The leadoff hitter, the center fielder, number 7, Freddie Walker.
Top of the order, the Mavericks are still looking for their first hit. They're down 3-0, being out hit 4 hits to 0 hits. Leadoff hitter Freddie Walker coming to the plate, batting .260. Flew out to right field. Flew out to right field his first at bat. Called strike. Count is 1-1.
1-1 count.
Freddie has good speed. Fastball down the middle. The count is 1-2. Another fastball. Freddie's right on that one. A little in on the hands, and he flies out to center field.
Walker flies out to center field. Brings it away now on the second base.
I mean, that's twice we've seen that tonight. They're getting it a little in on the hands.
Yeah.
As a batter, what kind of adjustment do you got to make there?
Well, you can't
if possible.
You can't protect both halves of the plate. When you're down in the count, you got to widen your strike zone a little bit. The count was 1-2, and you got to tip your hat to the pitcher. He got the pitch where he wanted it, in on the hands. That pitch to Radai is inside for ball 1. Radai batting .333, grounded out to the shortstop, his first plate appearance. That pitch nearly hit Radai. The count is 2-0.
I thought so too.
Trying to hit by pitch you want to get on.
Oh, ball hit hard up the middle by Radai for the Mavericks' first hit of the night.
And Wayne, it's really no surprise who the one that gets that first hit is. Your Derek Jeter 2.0, as you call him, we call him. That's no surprises from Nolan Radai.
Well, Radai has a good eye. He gets ahead 2-0, and now you can look for your pitch that you can drive, and he gets a fastball on the middle half of the plate and is able to drive it. Radai has 4 stolen bases this year. Curveball outside. Austin Soika is batting .309. There's 1 away. Soika grounded out to the first baseman, his first appearance. That ball is drilled down the left field line by Soika, up against the wall, down on the warning track. Radai is being sent. The relay throw is home, and it's one hops the catcher. Radai scores from first.
And that'll work, Queen. That'll work.
Double by Soika.
And Wayne, it wasn't Freddie Walker coming in. It was Nolan Radai, but Nolan Radai showing some great speed there to make it home. Head coach Tom Vassell on the third base spot, jumping, literally jumping, saying, "Go, go, go." That's got to feel good for this team.
It is, and now we have another runner in scoring.
2 hits.
In the scoring position with our 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. There's 1 away. Rodriguez flew out deep to center field his last at-bat.
He showed he can hit the ball.
That was the pitch that he just got jammed a little bit on. Took the center fielder to the warning track. The count is 1-0. Curveball outside. Count is 2-0. Rodriguez is in the same position Radai is in. Now he can look for a pitch that
He
is
would
his
like to
pitch
swing
to
it.
drive.
Find your pitch. That's right. Be patient.
Yes, he doesn't have to chase here. All he has to do is look for a pitch he can hit.
so gave what the
Rodriguez swings through a pitch on the outer half. The count is 2-1.
So Jared came out fuming, and then he realized, okay, it's not necessarily my crew, it's all of us.
Oh well, get some insight there after.
Soika being held on second base. Pitch is on the inner half.
Oh, and a called strike there, Wayne. I don't know if I don't know if I agree with the call there.
That one was close. You got to hand it to the pitcher. He came in on the hands on Rodriguez there. Count is 2-2. Soika leading off second base. Pitch on the outer half. Rodriguez fouls it off.
And now that the count is even, do you feel there's a sense of chasing it, that Sal feels it, or do you still think it's important just to keep relaxed at the plate, I should say?
Well, watching Hammergren, he pitches in and out. So he came in on Rodriguez before. He was in on Radai. That pitch hits Rodriguez.
That'll hurt, but that'll work.
Trying to come inside again, but the ball gets away from him. Rodriguez gets hit by a pitch. Soika has to return to second base. Runners on first and second.
One out here, Wayne. We got a little bit to work with here for Valesco.
We do. We have some excitement up here.
I'm chomping at the bit. I can't sit still. I'm excited. What can I say?
Valesco grounded out to the third baseman his first plate appearance. He's batting .333 on the year. First pitch is swung on and hit out to left field. The left fielder's coming hard over. Shortstop's going for it. Left fielder calls him off in foul territory and makes the catch.
And they worked for that one.
For the second out of the inning.
Fouls it off and caught. 2 gone now for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the catcher, number 25, Colton Wright.
There's 2 away. Runners on first and second. Colton Wright grounded out to the shortstop, his first appearance. Colton seen the pitcher the first time around. A runner's off from second base. Soika steals third, standing up. Runners are now on first and third. Count is 2-0. Ball in the dirt. Catcher keeps
and
it in
Wayne, I think you're looking at Saller. He's not looking to steal. There's Guy Lanigan reported last night. David Ortiz didn't steal bases, but he still got paid.
Well, and you've got one of your leading hitters from last year up, and you want to give him an opportunity to swing the bat. Pitch is outside, ball 3. And right now, you're going to let the pitcher get himself deeper into trouble here. There's no need for you to swing.
No, your mission here is you're looking to get Soika home.
I would think he might be taking one pitch here, but sometimes you give him the green light if they're battling. He takes the pitch. Fastball down the middle.
He didn't like something.
I don't think he'll be taking this one.
It's a good bet. But as you know, we're not very good betting guys up here.
Well, it has to be his pitch. If it's that same pitch as the last one, he'll be jumping all over it.
Come on.
Line drive for right field. Good piece of hitting by Colton.
And that's his pitch.
RBI single.
And that'll bring Soika home.
Right with an RBI single. Brings to the plate now, number 29, Russell Sorilich.
Wayne, they're in this game. They are in this game. They have a good opportunity here to.
Yes, they do. They have something going now. Runners on first and second. Slider caught the outside corner for strike one. Strelchuk grounded to second base, his first appearance. Strelchuk, as we know, hits the ball all over the field. He's a spray hitter. That pitch misses low and away for ball one.
Not by much.
Count is 1-1. Valesco at second, right at first. The ball is hit up the middle. Shortstop is over. Makes a good play. Steps on second base. So it's 6U. 6 on assistant.
Get to 2 here at the bottom of the fourth. They're down by 1. It's 3-2. And hey, everybody look down at the field level there on the concourse. They're going to do the draw right now for that beautiful cooler. And they're going to run it up to me here. I'm going to announce it, and everybody's going to be happy because they won something. And the winner is, it's a red ticket. I think that's all it was, red tickets. 679870. And if you won that ticket, you've won that cooler. 679870. And Lucas will bring that down just to confirm.
So the Mavericks score 2 runs on 3 hits with 2 runners left on base. And are right back in this game, down by 1 run.
Let Angela's award-winning service and client education help you sell or buy your next home. Call or text her today at 403-952-5178. Angela Colonia of Royal LePage Community Realty.
1, 2, and 3 hitters will be coming up for the Okotoks Dawgs in the top of the 5th.
And the guy starting this was pretty successful last go-around, Wayne. He left the park and...
1 pitch.
Was all he needed.
1 run. Peters is definitely a top-notch hitter. Not only does he lead the lead in hitting, but he also has 4 doubles, 2 triples, and now 6 home runs.
The freshman from Winnipeg, Manitoba. We're seeing a lot of younger guys, Wayne, right now, enjoying some success in the league. It's nice to see that.
Yes, it is. Okotoks are fielding a young roster. If I look down their roster tonight, most of the players are freshmen and sophomores. First pitch swinging, fly out to center field, Walker over, underneath it for the out.
First pitch, first out. Peters goes down on a fly ball to center field.
And Wayne, that's a player that's a freshman that can hit the ball. As you see right there again, too.
Well, Peters has only seen 4 pitches tonight. One of them he hit out, and the other 2 he grounded out and flew out. He doesn't waste time when he gets
Doesn't take much.
Mascarenas, the shortstop now batting.
Ball 1.
Is 0 for 2. First pitch is low for ball 1. His last at bat, he lined out to left field.
Heads up down the berm line there on first. There's a ball there for you.
Mascarenas is batting .436. Fastball catches the outside corner.
Just barely.
Called strike. 1 and 2. Pitches up and outside, barely misses. Count evens at 2 and 2. Ponticelli steps off. Here's the delivery. Pitch is high. Full count.
And when we talk about it, it's just we're just the pitchers, they just need to find that control, and it's once they find that control, this is going to be a successful team, I think.
There's a ball, fastball, grounded out to the second, or grounded to the shortstop. Tough play.
A tough play for Clinton Smith there, as you heard guy in the background there.
He probably would have beat that out anyway had Clinton Smith not bobbled it, but that'll go as a single.
Yes, a next to impossible play to make there behind your back.
Ball in the dirt for ball one to Isaiah Peterson. Peterson walked his last at bat, came around to score. Mascarenas at first base has a good lead. Excellent secondary lead. Grounds it back to the pitcher.
And Ponticelli's getting his
I think he'd want to have that one back over again. That was a hard hit ball. Should have been able to turn two on that. He took a brief look at second base and froze, and then decided to go to first base. If he had a chance over, he would have turned that double play on that ball. That's a 3-1.
Oh, 3 to, sorry, a 1 to 3.
That's right. 1-3, I'm sorry. Yes. That's the ball you're looking for, is a ground ball, and he got it. Jackson Volk batting. Volk singled his first two appearances. Fastball on the outside corner. Evens the count.
And you can see when Ponticelli throws the ball, he throws a hard pitch, and he doesn't make it easy for these batters. He doesn't,
Well, he got the ground ball he wanted the last guy, and right now he's probably kicking himself for not throwing it to Clinton Smith and turning two. But the only thing he can do right now is to get this guy out.
And then it's all good, as they say.
Yes, it is. The count is 1-2. And a high fastball. Volk swings through it.
Out number 3. Dawgs did nothing here in the top of the 5th inning, and hey, there's Monty. He's waving a flag around like he just doesn't care. But we know what that means. It's the Cottonwood Coulee closest to the pin action. Janessa, what do we got down there for some contestants?
So I'm down here with Justin and Kevin, and they're here to play the Cottonwood Coulee closest to the pin challenge. Each has 3 balls to tee off here and hit it closest to our Monty over there. Hey guys, whenever you're ready.
The longer we can keep this game close, the better off we are. I think the pressure for us being in 5th place against the first place team turns to our advantage.
It does, and you know what? That's when I had a conversation with GM Greg Morrison this morning. When he said to me, he goes, Ryder, he goes, who's the pressure on? I said, well, it's Okotoks. He goes, that's right. Then he told me to get back to work. But after that, and his message was pretty clear. And like I said to you, Wayne, the message to this team was pretty short and sweet today, coming to the ballpark. It really was. It's like you said to me last night, it's a simple game if you play it the right way.
Yeah, that's right. Simple but not easy.
Simple but not easy. I wish school was that way for me.
The thing about baseball is that just about everybody, male, female, have played ball at some time in their life. So they know the rules of the game, and that's why it's a simple game. But playing it is not easy. So we have the number 8 hitter, Cameron Pope, leading off for the Mavericks in the bottom of the 5th.
It's the 891 hitters due up for the Mavericks. The designated hitter, number 23, Cameron Pope.
Pope's been enjoying a decent year at the plate. You know, the last few games things haven't gone his way and have obviously brought that average down a little bit, Wayne. But he's a guy that's capable of doing some damage at the plate if he gets his right pitch once again.
He's still batting .360. Fouls that one off to the right side.
Kid was on the right end. He picked it up right away.
The count is
Those foul balls to be taken into the souvenir shop for $2 Maverick bucks.
pitch on the outer half. Fouls it off. The count is 0-2. Pope struck out his first at bat.
Radar gun, charger, ball. Get any chew?
Oh, line drive hit out into left center, but the left fielder gets over there, makes the catch. Hard hit ball.
You know, he's got some ability to hit the ball, as we've talked about.
The shortstop, number 10, Colin Klingensmith.
And you know what? That was once again, Wayne. You know, getting that pitch in on the hands. It's Hammergreen there, or Hammergren. Sorry, he's good with his pitches.
Well, you can't hit a ball much harder than what Pope did. And the foul back, and a great catch by the catcher. Sliding on his shin pads into the warning track, just in front of the netting for the
Number 7,
second out.
Freddie Walker.
Leadoff hitter Freddie Walker at the plate. Freddie has flown out to right field and flown out to center field his first two appearances. He's 0 for 2, batting .260.
And he's a guy I think that you're going to see involved in the action, you know, pretty much wherever he goes, just because his high energy, the way he plays the game. You know, he brings that much.
He's got speed.
He's got speed.
Fly ball, but in foul territory at the first baseman. Easy catch for the third out.
They get nothing in the bottom of the 5th inning.
So there were no runs, no hits, and no left on base.
Ross just had to be the winner for the jersey draw.
And nothing.
Mal Benton, you won that jersey.
You know, a quick inning there for the Mavericks, but you know, heading into the 6th inning that we're in right now. What am I talking about? No, I'm right. Sorry, I had a moment there. I'm falling asleep today. No, 6th inning, you know, 3-2, Wayne, they're in this game. This is when you know, talking to the ownership group, talking to the management, talking to the players, you know, this is the position that you want to be in this game. It's important to stay with it, stay focused, and just play the right way, really.
And both pitchers are doing a great job tonight. They're throwing strikes.
Fans, take a look at your Gasking ad in your programs. Give you a chance to get there. Looking for the autograph of number 6, Jamon Cervantes.
Number 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up.
If you got that signature, you won an amazing gift bag courtesy of Gasking. You go see Leighton in the ticket office.
Number 5 hitter leading off is Brett Isu.
And they're since this is our fun time here, Wayne. What do you know about Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan? Do you know it as well as you know your other?
I know where Meadow Lake is. It's great fishing in Meadow Lake area.
I've heard that actually. Nothing beats going out and enjoying some fishing on a nice summer day, hey?
Well, I'm really not a fisherman, so
Really?
I
would have
fish.
never guessed.
I have fish, but it's not something that's a passion of mine.
No, I would have never guessed. Your patience, I would have thought you'd be a fishing guy for sure.
We're the top of the 6, yes? Yeah, top of the 6.
Isu leading off. Coming into this game, batting .269. Singled his last at bat, hit the ball right up the middle. Check swing on that. Appeal down to first base. He didn't go. The count is 2-1.
No, one and one, Wayne. 1-1
Oh,
count.
okay.
There.
Clock
No,
was
little.
wrong.
No.
Showed,
No, that's okay.
okay. Count is 1-1. My
Yeah,
correction.
no. Little miscue by the umps there.
Pitch outside. Count is 2-1. Isu is 1 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to Rat Eye at second base. His first at bat. The delivery, line drive to third base in the hole. Out to the left fielder for a single.
And that's that's Isu making good on those pitches. That's he put that one where he wanted it to. He put that in a spot where Valesco out in the center field couldn't obviously get there to make the catch. And you see the coaching staff of the Okotoks Dawgs, Pat and guys, that's what their message is on the bench right now, is get on base and get to work. So it's important that the Mavericks don't let that happen.
Well, they've got their leadoff hitter on, and that's what they're looking for. And now they put down the bunt, fielded over to first base in time. Close play. Ponticelli, a 1-3. Runner advances to second base. Sacrifice bunt.
1-1 now for the Okotoks Dawgs. Streaks to the plate. Our budget lines beer batter, number 35, Ronnie Bosch.
And Ponticelli, he's been forced to be active in this game, Wayne. He's making plays, really. Aside from pitching, he's making plays too. I know we talked about him kicking himself on the potential double play, but I'm not upset with his game tonight at all. I'm happy with it.
No, he's fielded his position. He had to jump high for the ball earlier in the game.
That's right.
And then he had to charge this one and pick it up and make a good strong throw. Oh, pitch high and inside to Riley Bosch. Bosch batting .286 coming into tonight's game. He's 1 for 2, had a single his first at bat. I'm sorry, he's 0 for 1. He had a sac fly his first at bat. Ball is hit out to right field, carrying. Oh, and it's dropped in right field. Looked like he was underneath it.
That one got away on.
Bosch ends up at second base.
I didn't see that one coming, Wayne. I think I don't know if the sun potentially got in the way there for.
E9. Gets him to second and holds run at the third.
So on the air to right field, the runners are now at second and third with one out. Strill truck looked like he had that all the way until the very last second.
The right field number 14, Jacob Milton.
Milton has walked his previous two appearances.
Tyler Stewart.
Coming into this game, batting .318. Pitches on the outside. Count is 1-0. First base is open, but you also have the number 8 hitter followed by the number 9 hitter. Number 9 hitter is only batting .200.
So that's an opportunity where you look to do something with that guy potentially for sure. A couple pitches getting away on Ponticelli here as the count gets up on him, but
Count is 2-0. This is Melton's 10th game this year.
he's enjoying himself a decent season. Not.
Pitch is high. Count is 3-0.
Hey, congratulations to Tyler Stewart, winner of the Budget Blinds Beer Growler.
No one stirring in the bullpen yet for the Mavericks. This is the top of the 6th, an intentional walk.
So he goes. So that's a BB. If you click on the BB, it should be an intentional walk.
Loads the bases,
Stewart on with an
brings up the number 9
intentional walk,
hitter.
brings to the plate the second baseman, number 2, Shea Shenaman.
And Wayne, what do you think the
Check.
decision there? Sorry to cut you off there, Wayne. What do you think the decision was to make that an intentional walk here? What are the Mavericks looking to set up here?
Well, they want a ground ball for a double play. Shenaman this is only his 3rd game. He's only had 5 at bats coming into tonight. He's grounded out and struck out, batting .200. This is the guy you want to hit and get a
And that's
ground
the
ball.
opportunity you're looking for.
Oh, and he hits him.
Hit by a
And Wayne, we talked about it. That's right. It's been an Achilles heel this season. Has been the hit by pitches, and that's going to bring out pitching coach Jared Lipke here to have a quick chat and settle him down. That's obviously a frustrating pitch to throw, and Vonticelli's not going to be happy about that one. But it really just, Wayne, it's hurt this team this year in those situations like that, and that's what happens, right?
Yeah, you can have the best strategy in the world by putting the runner on first base to set up the double play, but then you're counting on the pitcher throwing strikes to get a ground ball.
That's right. No, and
now you'll settle for a strikeout or a pop up, but you need an out from the number 9 hitter who is only batting 200 and had limited at bats this year.
And dare I say, who's up to bat, who's showed great success tonight. It's a situation could turn sticky really quick.
Well, we know Peters loves to swing on the first pitch. This is his 4th plate appearance, and he's only seen 4 pitches so far.
This will be an interesting one for sure.
Pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike. Peters not happy with the call. Base is loaded, 1 away.
Here comes the pitch.
Swung out. Pitch on the outer half. Wasn't much that Peters could do with that.
They're not making Ponticelli not making it easy on Peters here, and you see Peters' ability here to hit the ball here. All you need is one pitch, Wayne. This is a situation that favors Ponticelli, of course.
Right now, he needs a pitcher's pitch right here. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, sets on the bag and over to first for the double play. A 6-3 double play ends the rally.
Clayton Smith hanging on to that 6-3 double play. Gets the out, no runs, just 1 run recorded here as the Dawgs lead 2 straight.
So the Dawgs score 1 run on 1 hit
It's a double play, so go back up there.
and leave 2 runners left on base.
Go again. Click the other. Okay, go to double play.
There was 1 walk and
Just a
1
6-3 double.
hit by batter, hit by pitch in that inning.
Nope, that's right. That's good. Yeah.
And Wayne, that could have been a sticky situation for the. It could have been a really sticky situation for the Mavericks there, but as mentioned before, a guy that's been on my list all year, a guy that I've talked about, that you've talked about, Clinton Smith there, showing his ability to make those clutch plays. I don't know if that's the word you want to call them, but showing the ability to do that, and he's found himself a spot where he can have success, and it's nice to see for the Mavericks.
It was a good play. A hard hit ball. Obviously, Lipke had the right things to say to Ponticelli.
Sure did.
That might have been part of their strategy. We just didn't know about it.
Yes. And guess what, Wayne? A weird feeling we may never know.
Just to keep you warm.
I can ask. I'll try. I will. I really will. But
The Mavericks going to lead it off here with the 2-3-4 hitters starting it off. The second baseman, number 9, Nolan Ratai.
This is Radai's 3rd plate appearance. He's 1 for 2 so far, grounded to the shortstop, and had a single his last at bat up the middle. Got ahead in the count, 2-0, and lined the ball up the middle. Called strike. Count is 0-1.
And for Radai here, he's a seasoned veteran in these positions. For somebody like him, who's generally a clutch hitter, to come out and be the first batter of the inning, it's a simple job. Just get on base, so it's up to him.
Ball in on the fist. Back to the pitcher. Can't get the ball out of his glove, but does just in time. So it's a 1-3 for the out. First out of the inning. Austin Soika comes to the plate.
Third baseman
Had
number
a
30, Austin Soika.
RBI double his last at bat. Is 1 for 2 so far.
You'll remember Soika brought in Radai to get that initial rally going.
And you hear
Ball
the
strike.
last call, 50-50, it's your 50-50 gets down.
Anyway, I've been impressed with the Okotoks pitcher tonight and his ability to, freeze the Mavericks in a couple different positions with a few different pitches.
We've only had the one inning where we really had something going.
Score down there, 4, 6, 2, 3, 1.
The count is 1-1
Yeah, 4 runs, 6 games.
on Soika. Pitch fouled off to the right side. Soika batting .309 coming into tonight's game.
And he's a player I've really grown to enjoy this year, seeing what he's been able to do, and I'm excited about what the future holds for this Oklahoma Westland school attendee, Wayne. So an area that you like, it's where he goes to school.
Line drive over the shortstop. That's Soika's second hit of the game.
And this is the order that you want coming up here now, as Rodriguez comes in next, Wayne, and they're going to be looking to build some momentum here.
They are.
Soika on with a base hit, brings to the plate the first baseman number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
Rodriguez was hit by a pitch his last at bat. Flew out to deep center field his first at bat.
Yeah, I know.
Soika not taking much of a lead at first base.
Did he come and get it?
First pitch is in there for a strike.
Did he come and get it?
No, we're gonna announce it later.
Rodriguez batting .241 this year with 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. He also has 11 walks. Pitch in on the hands. Rodriguez fouls it back. Count is 0-2. Soika doesn't seem to have a read on the pitcher right now, taking a very short lead at first base.
And
Last pitch, he actually went back to first base.
2 and
Pitches up. The count is 1-2.
a 1 and 2 count faced here for, as you just mentioned. Oh, you're doing my job. I got it. Hammergreen throwing good pitches tonight. No question about it for Okotoks.
Pitch out and away. Soika has 4 stolen bases this year.
So he's capable of. And you look at him out there, Wayne, in the spot here. He is leading off. That's that's going to be his goal here.
I'm sorry, who's leading off?
Leading off at first base there is Soika.
Oh, yes, right. Sorry. Yes, he's got 4 stolen bases. Caught stealing 3 times. Pitch is low for ball 2. Evens the count at 2-2. Rodriguez is having a good at bat here.
And Rodriguez has shown that he can battle.
He's got a good eye. He's got 11 walks so far this year. Soika now leaning towards second base. Trying to throw the pitcher, draw the pitcher's attention. Pitch low and in, catches the corner for a called strike 3.
And a ball that bounces, Wayne, leads to a strikeout. That's not going to...
2 gone now for the Mavericks, brings to the lane number 22. The left fielder, John.
Didn't bounce.
It didn't bounce. It didn't bounce? Okay, it looked like it bounced up here. Our side of the window still looks like it bounced, but you got the best view in the house, so we'll trust your expertise and years of baseball in that one. Nonetheless,
2 out. Velasco batting. Batting .333. Throw over to first base. Courtesy throw. Soika didn't have much of a lead. Velasco is 0 for 2. Grounded to third base and flew out to left field.
That's a better question.
Pitch is on the outer half. Catches the corner. Called strike 1.
and Velasco is a guy that he's a guy, Wayne, that you root for. You want to see him get some success. You want to see him hit it, and
he's got the greatest smile in the world.
greatest smile, loves baseball, and
Oh, just a little late on
Lots of
that.
foul balls out there, folks. If you get one, take it down to the ticket office to get some Maverick money.
And Wayne, maybe we gotta send you down there to do some voodoo magic work here on the bat for him and get a clove of garlic to get rid of the ghosts.
Well, let's go from Pittsburgh, California.
He tells me
0-2.
Pittsburgh with no H.
It doesn't have an H. No, it doesn't.
No, it sure doesn't.
Time
How's my
is
geography
called.
there? Hey, not bad.
Time is called. Yes, it's no H.
Home team
Pittsburgh.
home run challenge, 1 out.
Yes, sir.
Edward.
Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs.
Yes, he did.
Line drive out to right field. The wind is carrying it, and it's foul.
And that's a good look from Velasco and a good swing too. He's
Just put the barrel on that one. Just laid it down. Let me hit it hard somewhere.
and you know what? It for him it's gonna come, and he's got to stay positive. And like I said, with the guy that's got that smile, the smile, like you said, man, great guy, and you hope for the best for him here.
On deck is Colton Wright. Colton Wright is 1 for 2. Had an RBI single his last at bat. Velasco takes that pitch, low and away. Count is 1-2.
A little bit of not too much breathing room here, but you know, when though Hammergreen, you've said it a few times tonight, he's a tricky pitcher. Really, he's throws a few different things out there, and he keeps you on your toes. Really.
Called third strike. Velasco caught looking.
Now looking, Mavericks did nothing here in the bottom of the 6th inning, 6 complete. And the Mavericks trail by 2, but we got some action down the first baseline there, and it looks like it is going to be the home team home run challenge brought to you by Tori Matson and Shauna Vandersproot of Royal LePage Community Realty. And Janessa, who do we got as contestants down there?
So I'm down here on the first base.
I gotta go to watch.
Zach and Will.
Mascarenas leading off for the Dawgs in the top of the 7th. Mascarenas is a 1 for 3. Got a single his last at bat. A slow roller to the shortstop. Mascarenas is from Las Vegas, comes in batting .436. The count is 1-1. Curveball misses the inside part of the plate. The count is 2-1. Mascarenas has pulled the ball to the left side all 3 at bats. Count is 2-2. Out in front on that pitch, fouls it off to the third base dugout side. Count remains 2-2.
Oh, that
Looks like a
trigger.
slider. A little high. Appeal.
No
to
go, Wayne. I
first
don't know
base.
about that one.
Call the ball. The count is 3-2. Pitch by Ponticelli. Lined, and the shortstop makes a good catch.
Lance Smith climbing the ladder. Out number 1. Brings to the plate now for the Okotoks Dawgs, number 7, Isaiah.
And guess who, once again, calling Clinton Smith.
Right place, right time.
That'll work. We'll take it.
Isaiah Peterson now at the plate. Peterson is 0 for 2 with a walk, scored a run. Pitch is on the inner half, but called ball inside. Peterson batting .353. Has 17 hits this year. He's from Lincoln, Nebraska. Pitch is away, ball 2. Peterson has grounded to first and hit a comebacker to the pitcher. Pitch is outside. Ball 3.
And Wayne, you know, in a pitcher situation here, when it's, you know, you've pitched a good game here, you've done a good job, and you're down 3-0 here. How do you prepare for it? Is it just throw the next pitch? You know, don't worry about it. No, especially that he's walking him, because especially, you know, when you think about the frustration aspect, you know, what this group's had to go through this year, and the fact that they're in this game, do you get stressed in the moment, or what do you think's going through the pitcher's head right now?
I think sometimes pitchers just lose focus,
That's right.
and you know, it can come and go. Those that can keep it the longest have the most success. That pitch is low and away. That's 5 balls in a row. Ball 1 on Jackson Volk. Volk is 2 for 3. 2 singles.
We have some action in the bullpen for the Mavericks as well.
Struck out his last at bat. That pitch catches a corner. Count is 1-1.
That'll work. I believe, Wayne, that is, if my eyes don't deceive me, Owen Steele, the Calgary, Alberta native, warming up in the bullpen.
Ponticelli could be tiring. There's a line drive through, ground ball rather, through the right side. Runner advances to third. Throw goes into third. There's runners on the corner with 1 away. Good piece of hitting by Volk. That's his 3rd hit of the night.
He's been consistent for this group, Wayne, and it's you know, Wayne, I don't think it's an accident that Volk is in the fourth spot in the lineup, and I'm going to assume from his stats that he's been put there a few different times, because, you know, Wayne, if you have the ability to do that, then your value to your team is extremely valuable.
Yeah, he came in batting .397 with 3 hits and 4 plate appearances tonight. He'll be batting over .400 now. Brings to the plate Brett Isu. Isu has 2 hits and 3 plate appearances, single his last 2 at-bats. Isu coming in batting .269, runners on the corner. On the corners, the count is 1-1. Volk has 1 stolen base so far this year. But you also have your 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up.
That's right.
Volk leads off, not going anywhere. Called strike. Count is 1-2.
And Wayne, it's as we can see here, we have a double play opportunity opening up here, and you think,
Well, you want a ball hit back to Ponticelli this time, and hopefully he remembers from last time what to do with it. There it is to shortstop. Flips it to Radai to second. Over to first. Double play.
Well, double play there for the Mavericks in 6-4-3.
Wayne, right on schedule. That'll work for the Mavericks.
They're held to 0 here in the top of the 7th. You know what that means, folks.
How's the chatter on YouTube there?
I want to sing by myself. So I'm not going to sing by myself. You guys are going to help me. You know, stand, let's make some noise. You know what we have to do? Take me out to the ball game. You guys know the words.
No, it does.
It's just not sustainable.
Leading off is Colton Wright.
25, the catcher Colton Wright.
Colton Wright is 1 for 2. Had an RBI single his last at bat. Grounded out to short his first plate appearance. Ryder, we need something to get going here. We need some base runners.
I think this, you know, we talk about turning points. You talk about that, Wayne. Prediction, Wayne. We need 1 run this inning at least. I'm going to say we need 1.
Yeah,
At least 1.
We need
especially because we've been
here.
struggling with hits, so I don't want to get too over the top, but we need 1.
Well, let's get greedy. Let's
get 3.
Pitch inside. Count is 1-1.
We'll do the angel on one side and devil on the other side of the shoulder approach.
The Mavericks still only have 4 hits tonight. Hammergren has pitched a very good game. We have 4 hits tonight, right? Ryder?
4 hits, that's right.
Do we have 4 hits?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was just making sure.
There's a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly. He sets and makes a strong throw to first base for the first out.
And you really
6-3.
notice, you notice, Wayne,
1 run for the Mavericks.
there's a lot of power in that third base, shortstop, second base side for the Okotoks Dawgs. Sorry, you know, I was watching their batting practice too, and the way they were setting up like this. You know, these guys can really fire the ball. I don't think. Well, I know it's not an accident that they are where they are in the standings. 'Cause, you know, those guys over there, they're comfortable making those plays and those throws.
It's been a well-played game defensively. Oh, there's a line drive hit off the first baseman, and good hustle down the line by Strilchuk. Pitcher didn't get over to cover, and Strilchuk beats the pitcher to first base.
Brings to the plate now the designated
A single for Strilchuk.
23, Cameron Pope.
Both Colton Wright and Strilchuk were hustling down the line. Leads to the plate right now is Cameron Pope, batting 8th in the order. A comebacker to the pitcher and misses it. Strilchuk jumps over the ball on his way to second base. Second baseman fields it, throws it to first.
Strilchuk over to second.
So with 2 away, number 9 hitter, Colin Klingensmith.
And the guy who's been the MVP in the infield, Wayne. Let's see if he can be the MVP at the mound tonight.
Yes, he's had a very good game defensively. He's 0 for 2. Catcher made a great catch on the last at bat. popped it straight back. Called first strike. Runner on second base. Called curveball in for a strike. It's 0-2.
You know, this is a position where you gotta do something here. You gotta.
Well, Klingon-Smith has to use the whole field right
He
now.
does. That's what I was gonna say. You know, it's not an ideal situation, but he's got to make the best of it. He has to.
There's a pitch. Uses the field. Hits a single into left field. Runner is coming home on the play. One hopper to home, and he's out at home. On a 7-2. Put out for the third out.
On a 7-2 out.
Good throw by the left fielder. One hopper to the catcher.
All right,
Puts the tag on.
Down on field level there, Vanessa. What do we got? It looks like the names off slingshot contest. What do we have there for contestants?
That's exactly what we have, guys. I have Tylene out here, and she is going to be playing the slingshot challenge. I just need my pitchers to get themselves situated, apparently, and we will be off and running.
So the Mavericks score no runs on 2 hits and have 1 runner left on base. So after 7 complete innings, the score is 4-2 for the Okotoks Dawgs.
Okay, that was just a practice one, Tylene. You got 3 more.
Microphone is off. Pitching for the Mavericks is number 18, Flynn Ridley. This is his 8th appearance this year.
Finn Ridley draws in. Ridley's been a guy this year who he's earned the trust of the coaching staff, and you know, he's a guy that you've seen.
Brought to you by Mr. Lou. Now on the mound for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, right-handed reliever number 18, Flynn Ridley.
He's a guy that you've seen working out in the gym late at night. He's a guy that he wants that success, and you hope it comes for somebody like that. When you know, when somebody puts the work in off hours when nobody's watching, that's what character really is all about, and that's going to make this ownership group very happy.
I've seen him. We've watched him pitch several times this year, and he's done a good job the last couple of outings. The count is 2-1.
2-1, thank you.
Pitch is low and inside. Ball 3. Count is 3-1 on Dane Toffland. Toffland is batting 150. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Swings on a 3-1 count.
And you know, Ridley he's confident on the mound. He's a guy that's came to the ballpark every day with a smile, and it's somebody that you want to see have that success.
Oh, good pitch. Ties the hitter up. Able to foul it off.
And we've talked about Toffland tonight. The guy's he's a big guy, you know, he's capable, you know, you can just tell he's capable of really hitting the ball. He's got a lot of power behind his swing, you know, just visually looking at him. It's important to keep that guy, keep him grounded and hopefully get him out here swinging.
Well, you always want to get the leadoff hitter out, especially in a close game, and Ridley strikes him out.
That's what he needs to do.
Gonna bring to the plate now for the Okotoks
Good
Dawgs.
comeback by Ridley, being down 3-1. Comes back for the strikeout.
The catcher
Gets the
in our
leadoff hitter.
Butcher Lions beer batter, number 35, Riley Bosch. He strikes out this at bat. $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes. Butcher Blinds.
That's the start you're looking for, Wayne. Two more miles, 2 more smiles.
Bosch got on last time on the air to the right fielder. He's 0 for 2. Had a sacrifice fly RBI in the first inning. Count is 0-1.
And Wayne, when you're throwing those curveballs that these pitchers seem to enjoy doing, how difficult is it to control those curveballs?
It's not an easy pitch to control.
It's not, is it?
No. Looks like a change or an off-speed pitch. Bosch hits it in the hole past the diving shortstop for a single.
Single for Bosch brings to the plate the right fielder, number 14, Jacob Milton.
Jacob Milton now batting, right fielder. Has walked all 3 plate appearances tonight. Good thing he wasn't the beer batter.
No kidding. That would have been a very unhappy crowd.
So with 1 away, runner on first base, the ball in the dirt, gets away from Colton Wright. Runner advances to second. Bosch hadn't had a stolen base yet this year. Advances to second on the wild pitch. Count is 1-0. Melton batting .318. This is his 10th game for the Okotoks Dawgs. He's had limited plate appearances, 20 at-bats. Here's a pitch from Ridley. Check swung, but he goes around.
That's a good pitch by Ridley coming back and
Evens the count.
evens the count. That's all you can ask. Ridley, he often, look, you see how he's checking the runner there at second. He knows what's at stake here.
Oh, a little late on that one. Hits it down the third base, but foul. Count is 1-2. Ridley will be looking for a strikeout here. Something to hold a runner from advancing to third base. There's a ground ball hit to the shortstop. And they've got the runner and a rundown. Good play by Klingensmith. Radai comes in to cover. 6-4 ground out. It's a fielder's choice. A fielder's choice. And a 6-4.
6-4. 2 on now for the Dawgs.
You gotta put a hyphen in there.
Brings to the plate.
Or do you not? Does it put a hyphen in for you? Sometimes does, sometimes doesn't. So it's actually 6.
So the number 9 hitter is Shea Sheneman, batting .200 this year.
It's number 9 now.
Oh, I'm sorry, my mistake. We have a pinch hitter in.
Number 9.
The runner is off, looking, throw down to second base, and he's out.
Get him in.
Great throw by Colton Wright
Number 9.
to get Melton. And that's a 2-6.
Let's go to your batter now. Who is that? Who's this here? Jacob. Yeah. Caught stealing on that. 2 to first pitch for 2 to 6. Yeah. First pitch there. This is strike. And then that guy goes there.
I got the mic off.
2 to 6. Yeah.
And we have a pitching change. Brendan Logan, the Oyen, Alberta native, not too far from home, Wayne. You know, there's a good chance some family made the trip tonight to hopefully watch him get in the lineup, and hopefully they're there for him watching him.
Ready for a change, this pitching change brought to you by
Yeah, he's just up the road, Highway 41.
For the Okotoks Dawgs, right-handed, left-handed reliever?
Yeah.
Left-handed reliever, number 32, Brendan Logan. Sorry, right-handed reliever, Brendan Logan.
Looks just like Justin.
Top of the order now for the Mavericks, starting it off, number 7, Freddie Walker.
This is Logan's 7th appearance, pitching on the mound tonight. Leading off for the Mavericks is leadoff hitter Freddie Walker. Freddie Walker's 0 for 3 tonight.
No, he's a guy that's, you know, you could argue he's due. He's due here. He's
Count
looking.
is 2-0. Yes, he is due. We need a base runner.
What was that, a strike or a ball?
That's a ball.
Ball 2.
Ball 2. Called strike. Count is 2-1. Freddie taken all the way. Here's the pitch. Beautiful bunt down the third base side and
Walker on with a
single.
There's the speed we talked about. That'll work.
Right now, a little life. The second baseman, number 9, Nolan Ratai.
Good play by Freddie Walker. And when you aren't hitting the ball, sometimes you got to do something else to change it up. Puts down a perfect bunt for a single. Freddie's 12 for 12 in stolen bases this year. Nolan Ratai now at the plate. Ratai is a 1 for 3.
And this is the group that, you know, you want to have coming up here, and
Both of his last at-bats, or all 3 at-bats, he's hit the ball up the middle, Ratai. Now he goes inside out. Derek Jeter, and he hits the ball to the right side. Walker trying to go to third base and is in, slides in safe. Ratai is off for second. So there's a single, and runners on second and third with none out.
and now they're in business.
Back-to-back hits for the Mavericks. A little bit of rally going on here. Runners on second and third. Brings to the plate the third baseman, number 30, Austin Swanka.
And you just notice on that play, Wayne, what a guy like Walker is able to do for your lineup. He can stretch things out. He can really just create opportunity for your group, and there's nothing more you could ask for in a guy like that.
Well, his taking third base allowed Nolan Ratai to get the second, because the throw went into third, and with the misplay there, Ratai was able to take second, so the speed did come into play there. Austin Soika now at the plate. Austin is 2 for 3 with an RBI double and a single his last at bat.
Just keep on good singles, guys. Singles.
Austin is a number 3 hitter for the Mavericks. That pitch is outside. The count is 2-0. Soika can now zone in
And find that pitch.
look for something he can drive.
Right center looks good.
There's a pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher. Ball 3.
And it's nice to see the life in this crowd, Wayne, have some excitement. It's something we haven't seen for a few games. It's fun to be here tonight.
Well, and this is exactly what we were talking about earlier in the game. We need to stay close, and hopefully the pressure will be on the Dawgs if the game is close. Pitch is inside, but called strike. The count is 3-1. Sal Rodriguez is on deck. Sal is 0 for 3 tonight with 2 strikeouts. There's a pitch, low and inside for ball 4. The base is loaded.
This is the kind of guy you want coming into this situation. Sal Rodriguez, family here, Wayne. A big opportunity for Sal. You hope he's successful.
Time is called. The pitcher is out to the mound, and there is action in the Dawgs bullpen. Left-hander number 25 is throwing.
He goes to second because there's a throw to third, right? So you don't get him a double. That makes sense. So he gets the single, but he doesn't get the double.
In the bullpen is Andrew Yates from Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Short chat on the mound. Logan stays in the game.
This is for our first baseman, number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
You can hear the excitement, Wayne, and this is a big opportunity right here. Here we go. Buckle up.
Well, this is the inning. This is our chance.
This is it. Excitement building.
Eight hits apiece now for the Mavericks and the Dawgs. Curveball in there for strike one. Rodriguez is due. There's another curveball in the dirt. Good block by the catcher, Bosch.
And it's hard to stay composed in these situations, Wayne, when you recognize the opportunity in front of you. It's good poise by Rodriguez there not to swing.
There's a lot of pressure on the catcher, the pitcher, and the hitter right now. The catcher doesn't want any balls to get by him. There's a line drive at the shortstop, over for second, and on to first for a double play.
3 double play.
1 run scores, no RBI on the play.
RBI for Rodriguez.
No, that's not an RBI. Not on a double play. Yeah. 1 run scores.
So what do you got for Rodriguez? So it's a double play.
So with 2 away, coming to the plate is John Valesco, and there is a pitching change. We have
And the guy from
Nolan Radai at third base on the double play. Freddie Walker came in to score. The score is now 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th.
guys on third. Yeah. Okay, good. And then yeah. Should we have Johnny Valesco now with 2 out? Yep, perfect. And we should have a 4-3 game, right? 4-3, 4-8, 0.
And Wayne, the
New pitcher, guys, new pitcher.
a new pitcher's
Yep.
coming in here.
New pitcher is
25.
from Harrodsburg, Kentucky, Andrew Yates. A left-hander.
Andrew Yates.
This is Yates' 8th appearance of the year. He has 8 strikeouts and no walks. Obviously, he's a strike thrower.
Obviously, I was going to say, the numbers don't lie there. The stats are what they are. And Wayne, the goal here is going to be putting the ball somewhere, in that right center field for Valesco. Get a single here and bring Radai home.
Yeah, and it really, I don't think Valesco is fussy about where he gets a single or how hard he hits the ball. He just wants that runner on third to score. Whether he gets a hit or gets on by an error or there's a pass ball, we need that tying run to come home. Valesco is batting .345 coming into tonight's game. I'm sorry, .333 coming into tonight's game.
Mavericks, the left fielder, number 22, John Valesco.
Valesco has grounded to third base, flew out to the left fielder, and struck out looking his last at bat. He's 0 for 3. First pitch is in there for a strike. Curveball. Count is 0-1. Wind up. Ground ball down the third base, but just foul. Count is 0-2.
It's important here for Velasco that he stays composed and just swing the bat.
Right now he's in a position where he's got to open up the strike zone a little bit. He can't be caught looking. He's got to put it in play. That pitch is inside. Great block again by Bosch, the catcher, to stop the run from coming in from third base. The count is 1-2. The catcher is now going out to talk to Yates.
What do you think they're saying here, Wayne?
That was a call from the coach to the catcher to go out and have a quick chat with the pitcher, and I'm not sure what the message would be on that. It looked like just a word of encouragement. So the count is 1-2 to Velasco. The pitch is in the dirt again. Another block by Bosch. Count evens at 2-2. Looks like a nice open spot up the middle. If he can hit it by the pitcher. Shortstop is playing deep in the hole. The third baseman is hugging the line, looking or expecting Velasco to pull the ball. There's another pitch in the dirt. Ball 3. Good at bat for Velasco coming back from 0-2.
Yes, no, and it's not an easy position for him to be in. He recognizes the opportunity, and good poise by the Pittsburgh, California native.
Here's the pitch, full count. And in on hands for a called strike 3. Good pitch by Yates.
Mavericks get one more here in the bottom of the 8th inning, going to the top of the 9th. It's a 4-3 game. Stick around, folks, to see how this one ends.
So the Mavericks score 1 run on 2 hits with 1 runner left on base, a single thrown in there, but also a rally-killing double play.
And it's not quite over yet, Wayne. There's still some ball left to be played here. And
the official training facility of the Mavericks Temple Fitness. And don't forget, folks, and on down to Dawgs pub after the game for 2-for-1 Applebee's, courtesy of the slingshot contest. Take your tickets now. The official pub, the Dawgs pub of the Mavericks. 2-for-1 Applebee's after the game.
Wayne, what do the Mavericks need to do here to get out of this inning? Just surrender as least amount of runs as possible and hope for a 1-2-3?
John Gardo is in the pitch right now, and yes, we need a shutdown inning here. Gardo is from La Puente, California.
And let me tell you, Wayne, and for our viewers listening at home, this is a potential history in the making pitcher here without putting any pressure on the player, Wayne. This guy can throw a recorded 96 mile an hour pitch. You know, Wayne, you and I have talked about this a few times. You've been kind of curious what it'll look like too, as have I, as is everybody. This is an exciting opportunity. You know, this is something I've been extremely excited to see. It's pretty cool to see. I'm excited.
Well, the main thing is that he's got to throw strikes. Whether you're throwing 86 or 96, you still have to throw strikes.
That's right.
And you've got to be able to spot the ball. There's probably several infielders and outfielders that can throw 95, 96, but they can't pitch.
That's right.
So right now it's up to him to get the leadoff hitter off, because we know that they will bunt. They've already tried to bunt earlier this game. And we have the number 9 hitter, Liam Riella, who was left at the plate when Melton was caught stealing in the 8th inning. Liam Riella, first pitch is in there, fastball in there for a strike. Riella coming into the game batting .295. That pitch is inside.
Last call for the concession. Last call. Concession.
This is Gardo's second appearance. He's only pitched 1/3 of an inning.
And that was against the Weyburn team in a game.
He had given up 2 walks and 4 earned runs in that 1/3 of an inning with no strikeouts. The count is 1-2. Pitch low and away. The count is 2-2.
And, you know, they were a little communication way in there. They were trying to get him swinging.
Well, right now he does have to make him swing. There's a ball hit up the middle and in there for a single past the diving Rat-Eye. Number 9 hitter leads off with a single. Brings to the plate the leadoff hitter, Tristan Peters.
For the Dawgs, left fielder, number 26, Tristan Peters.
Peters has hit a home run tonight.
He's had a good night.
But he has good speed. He's 1 for 4. I would think there's going to be a play put on here. There it is. Ground to second base. 4-3. Double play. First pitch swinging again.
Here for the Mavericks, a 4-3 double play. 2 gone.
That's the 4th time in 5 at-bats that Peters has swung on the first pitch.
2 gone now for the Dawgs. Brings to the plate the shortstop, number 5, Richard Mascarenas.
It doesn't take him long, Wayne, to see that pitch and just go for it. You know, maybe it's a testament to his batting ability that he knows when an opportunity comes his way and to make the most of it.
When you're leading the league in hitting, I guess that works for you.
Do what works, eh?
I would think that that's an opportunity, though, or a time when you aren't going to swing at the first pitch. You got the leadoff hitter on. You've got a new pitcher into the game. And I think the pressure is on the pitcher.
I would agree with that. I
time.
would agree with you, too. I would say the same thing.
And that was a check swing, no less. Indecisive. But with 2 out, the check swing. The count is now 1-2 on Mascarenas, I'm sorry. Mascarenas is 1 for 4 with a single. Lined out to the shortstop. Klingensmith, his last at bat, gets jammed on that one. A slow roller to Rat-Eye at second base over the first for the 3rd out.
Dawgs did nothing here in the top of the ninth. Put those
And Wayne, that's what you needed to do. You needed to. That was pretty much the opportunity that you needed for the Mavericks to go through that inning with no outs. Gallardo does his job, and they have an opportunity right now, and this is an opportunity for them to do this.
It certainly is. We're in a 1-run game, and right now we're in a position where Colin Wright has had good at-bats. Colton Wright, I'm sorry, and Russell Strickland, who's had 2 hits.
No, you look at Colton Wright, Strilchuk, and Cameron Pope all up here. These are some hitters that you believe in, Wayne. These guys can do this. You know, the message from the coaching staff here has got to be, you guys can do this. Hang in there.
I think the perfect guy is leading off with Colton Wright. Colton has good patience at the plate. He's going to make the pitcher come to him.
You pitcher guys, the number 30. Pitcher, what is that? Number 35.
It's in 35 and 36.
Not Riley Bosch, it's the pitcher. Oh, that is a catcher. So number 10's catching now.
Oh, geez, how do I do that?
So go down to Riley Bosch's line.
On visiting team.
Yeah, he's the catcher.
Number 10's coming in. Jordan Ramsey.
Yeah, so hang on. In the number 7 spot, you're going to put Riley Bosch in there underneath him again. So scoring.
Oh, I really messed myself up here.
We'll figure it out in a second.
Shorey now pitching for the Okotoks Dawgs.
For the Mavericks.
And catching is Jordan Mage.
And right.
Leading off is Colton Wright for the Mavericks. A slider in there for a called strike.
And then put Scory down there in the pitching in the pitching column. Right in the number 11 spot.
Count is 0-1. Colton had a single, an RBI single in his second appearance. Is grounded out to shortstop his other two appearances. That pitch is low and inside for 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Wayne, I was just catching up on some stats there, but this is big.
Ball hit to the right side, a 1 hopper to the second baseman, 4-3 for the putout.
One down.
Brings to the plate Russell Strelchuk. Strelchuk had a single his last at bat. Russell's last at bat, he hit a line drive off the first baseman's glove and beat out the cover throw to the pitcher who didn't get over there. Strelchuk hustling down the line. Pitch is on the outside corner, called strike 1. First baseman has moved over to guard the line. The rest of the infield playing straight away. Pitch low on the outside corner, called strike 2.
The crowd's not going to be happy. Oh, they're not going to be happy with that one, but
one away. On deck is Cameron Pope. Pitch is low and away. Count is 1-2. Mavs looking for Strelchuk to get on base.
that's what you're hoping for in this situation, Wayne, is put him in play, give him a chance to run, just bring in that time run.
There's a pitch put in play. 2 hopper to the third baseman. A wild throw. Pulls the first baseman off the bag. Strelchuk on first base on an error to the third baseman. Just what we needed.
Strelchuk reaches on an error, brings to the plate the designated hitter number 23, Cameron Pope.
And here comes Pope, the number 1 batter on this team. He's been, stricken the last few games here, Wayne. This is, he's chomping at the bit here. There's some excitement. This is awesome. I love it.
This is a great opportunity. Pitch on the inside corner, called for a strike. Strelchuk is 0 for 3. Strikeout, a ground out to second base, and a line drive into left center.
That's the catcher. He's playing first now, so they did some defensive changes. We're not going to worry about it.
Pitch low and away. Count is 1-1. Would you send him on this play, Lanny? Would you send him during this at bat at first base? There's a ground ball to the shortstop, over to second for 1, and on to first for a double play.
Wouldn't have mattered. That was a double play ball anyway.
I would have sent him.
I
I would have sent him earlier.
Dawgs getting
I would have sent him
the
first
end of the
pitch.
game. What a great effort there by the Minnesota Mavericks. 4-3 loss to the Okotoks Dawgs. The boys are off to Lethbridge tomorrow to face the Bulls. And Lethbridge fans, if you can help out the boys, they clean up the park after, take your garbage and recyclables, drop them off in the cans there on the bottom of the steps. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, folks.
And Wayne, the Mavericks fall in this game, but they were right there to the very end. That's what you looked for from this group. That's what we talked about ahead of the game. You wanted to have that sense of belief.
On behalf
Scoreboard aside, Wayne, I think everybody's going to be really happy with this game, and the Mavericks sent a statement in this game showing that, you know, their record doesn't tell the true story of what this team's ability is, and
Well,
I think there is better days ahead for this club with tonight's game.
we talked about the rivalry between the Okotoks Dawgs and the Medicine Mavericks, and it goes way back. And they go at each other. There's no holding back. This was, as you had indicated, a well-played game. Both pitchers pitched well. We had our opportunity in the 8th inning, hit into a double play. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Rodriguez hits the ball hard. There just happens to be a shortstop there for no particular reason.
No particular reason.
And turns a double play, and we only score 1 run that inning with bases loaded and nobody out. And those are the breaks that aren't going our way this year at this time. They will.
And that can change. Well, Wayne, we'll keep it positive. We'll keep it short and sweet. The Mavericks fall just short, but send a statement and show great success. On behalf of Mavericks TV, I'm Ryder McKay, my partner Wayne Slosher, and a voice far away, Guy Lanigan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Good night, everyone.